Keeping your lawn green in the summertime is very simple if you're following these steps. I'm going to show you what I do to keep my lawn green in the summertime. So let's take a walk in the yard. Having a green lawn starts with water. You see me put down this lawn root moisturizer. This is just a supplement. This is not the end all be all. You can't just put this on the yard and think your yard is going to be green all season long. No, it doesn't work that way. You need water on the lawn. Now, I put my sprinkler system out. I get water down on the lawn at least twice a week. Now, using this Bio Advanced Lawn Root Moisturizer with getting that 2 inches of water down on the lawn in a week, that lawn root moisturizer is going to help the soil retain moisture longer, keeping the yard greener longer. So, but you still need water. Keeping a green lawn starts with water. I can't emphasize that enough. Don't just use the supplements. And if you're not using Bio Advanced Lawn Root Moisturizer, if you're using a different supplement, you're still going to need water regardless. I don't care what no one says, you still need to find a way to get some kind of water down on the yard. Now, using a supplement like the Bio Advanced Lawn Root Moisturizer or a Hydrotain, when it comes to raining and other like morning dew, yes, the lawn will suck in that water and hold it and retain it much longer, keeping the yard green, keeping the soil moist. That's going to help keep your lawn green. Can't emphasize that enough, because some people think if you just put these supplements down, that's supposed to be it. No, you're still going to need some form of water. Go ahead, get a little cheap sprinkler system, sit it out in the middle of the yard like I do, and let it run for a little while. Now, the key to letting it run, you got to make sure you're getting enough water down on the lawn. That's when you're going to go ahead and possibly get yourself some of these little rain gauges. I've been using these for about 4 or 5 seasons also. I got them lined up all in the 4 corners of my yard. I put them in the 4 corners of my yard because those are the furthest point from my sprinkler system. That's going to help me know, okay, once these rain gauges get about a ½ inch of water to an inch of water, now I know the full yard got a full inch of water. Because if the corner points, the furthest points from the sprinkler system get water like that, the center point of the yard is perfectly fine because that's where the sprinkler system is sitting. So you can get yourself some rain gauges. This is going to help big time. Before, when I used to just water the yard without these little rain gauges or anything that can measure how much water is getting put in the yard, I was kind of off and I was still running into heat stress and burn because I wasn't getting enough water. You think by putting your sprinkler system out in the yard, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes and letting it run for that time, and you think, oh, okay, that's it, that's fine. No, that's not fine, because the sprinkler systems all are made different. They all output water at a different rate. Mine, the one I'm using currently, I know now it takes about 20-25 minutes and I got like a ½ inch of water on the yard. And that's perfectly fine for me. I like to put down 1 full inch in 2 sessions. So I'll put down 1 inch on, say, on a Monday, and then I'll come back and put another 1 inch of water on the yard, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. And then I'm all set for the week. 2 inches of water does my lawn pretty good. And using this Bio Advanced Lawn Root Moisturizer, a lot more of that water is being absorbed and held into the soil. So 2 inches of water is perfectly fine for my lawn, and that's how I'm able to stay green. So I just wanted to emphasize that to you, because some people think you just put these supplements down and you're perfectly fine. So I would suggest picking up some kind of rain gauges. You don't have to get the ones I'm using. I've been using these for, like I said, about 4 or 5 seasons, and I just line them up in the yard. Now, if you got them in the yard, you got to make sure you watch out where you're stepping when you're, mowing your grass. Make sure you pop them out the ground, because you can forget about them and step on them and crack them. Now, if you don't want the rain gauges, you could get the tuna can, or if you got cats, you can use the cat food can. They all about 1 inch of depth inside. This is also, you can line them up in the yard. Make sure that you're watering the yard properly. This is still, it's 1 inch of depth here. So if you don't want to get the rain gauges, go ahead and use a tuna can. It's perfectly fine. And you just line them up in the yard, let your system run, your sprinkler system run, and now you're able to measure how much water is being put down on the yard. That's gonna help you big time. Before I had these little gauges, I was just winging it, letting the sprinkler run, thinking, okay, I got some water down on the yard and everything is fine, and it wasn't. The yard was just still burning out, because you wanna make sure that the rain or the water, the irrigation, everything that you're using is getting onto the soil. You can let it run for 5 or 10 minutes, but the water's not penetrating the grass. If you have a thick lawn, you know, running it for 5-10 minutes, the grass blades are getting wet. You want to make sure you're getting that rain or that moisture, that irrigation down on the soil. You want to make sure you're watering like between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. Now, that's in the morning time. In the evening time, you can come out. Everything is a little bit different depending on where you at. I know in my area, northeast, I could start watering maybe around after 6 p.m. all the way up until about 9 p.m. and then I'll turn it off. Because you don't want to water too late at night, because now you run into your lawn staying wet too long and now it's subjected to fungus. So, I mean, you know, sometimes you might have to do what you have to do if you're going to water late at night. Say if you work a second shift and you have to get off and you still want to run your sprinkler system. Yeah, you might have to sacrifice a late, like raining or sprinkler, you know, irrigation. But it's ideal to run it, let your lawn dry out, so now you're not opening your lawn up to a fungus. So you want to make sure you're running the irrigation at the proper time. 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. is perfectly fine before the peak hours of the day. Evening, 6 p.m. to like 9 p.m., that's perfectly fine too. But if you have to break the rule on that one and run it a little later, then that's fine. Just make sure you put down your fungus control, because if your lawn stays wet overnight, a fungus can pop up very, very quickly. But that's pretty much it. I just want to make sure I emphasize to you guys, setting these rain gauges or the tuna can up in the yard, helping you get down 1 inch of water. Everybody's sprinkler system is different. Just make sure you pick out the right sprinkler system, time it up right, make sure you're getting down the proper amount of water. Now, the proper amount of water is about a 1/2 inch, but you can give or take on that depending on where you live. If it's a little hotter, you might do better, like I said, increasing the water output. I like to get 2 inches of water down in a week. Different areas calls for different measures. If you're in one of them real hot climates like Texas, you might need to go ahead and put maybe 3 inches of water down, 1.5 inches of watering at a time. So just go ahead, test it out, play with your sprinkler system, measure it out, see how much output of rain, irrigation that your lawn is taking in, and then you can go ahead and say, all right, well, if it rained on Monday and the rainfall filled up one of these little gauges to like a 1/2 inch, then you know you have to come out and say, all right, I need to put down another inch of water or another 1/2 inch of water for my lawn to be okay. So just play around with your sprinkler system, make sure you're doing it right, make sure you're getting down the proper amount of water on your lawn, and you should have no problem staying green all season long. Like I said, using a supplement is always a big help, but it's not the end all be all. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like I said, using these rain gauges, using the tuna can, or this Bio Advance will help you keep your lawn green all season long if you're doing it the right way. Make sure you're measuring out the proper amount of rain, water, anything getting down on your lawn. Using a supplement can go ahead and help out and be beneficial also. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Take care. You see me watering, I'm making sure I'm getting the proper water down on the lawn so my lawn can stay green. So I'll see you again.